Welcome back to art class. Today we are going to be finishing our Leaning Tower of Pisa. When you get your artwork back, you will need a Sharpie and a messy mat, and you will need to look at your artwork and see what you need to finish. If you need to finish tracing with a Sharpie, then you do that first. All of our pencil lines we're going to trace with a Sharpie. After you're done tracing with a Sharpie, you can find a large eraser at your desk and go back over your artwork and erase any unwanted pencil lines. You can also take your Sharpie and write your name somewhere in your design, maybe in your cloud. That would be a great spot since it stays white anyway. Next, we're going to find a gray crayon and a black crayon. You could just use a black crayon for this, and when we are coloring in the tower, just don't press as hard, or you can find a gray and a black one. I'm using my black crayon to color inside of all of these arches, and then I'm using my gray crayon to color the tower. You want to completely color in the tower with your gray crayon. Next, we're going to be painting our artwork. We are going to be using liquid tempera paint. This paint is already in liquid form, so you do not need water. All you need to do is dip your brush in and paint away. You're going to use the tips of the brush. Treat it like a ballerina. And this paint goes a long way. So once you get it on your paper, you will actually spend a lot of time just spreading the paint around and covering up all the surfaces that you need to cover up. No rinsing needs to happen unless you are changing colors. That's the only time you would need to use the water cup. But you want to stick with the same color until you're finished with that color. So once you're done with one color, then you could rinse your brush and go into a different color. I'm actually using two different types of blue because I want to create like a lighter part of the sky and a darker part of the sky. You don't need much of the dark blue. As you can see, I'm taking it from one area and putting it in another because it goes a long way. Then you're going to rinse your brush really good. Wipe it on the lip to get any excess water off, and then you're going to start painting your grass. The reason we're painting the grass last is because we want the grass to still be wet-ish for the cutting part. So after you get done painting your grass, you're going to put your brush back in the water cup, and you're going to get a little cut out of yourself. If your artwork's in the way, you can put it on the ground as you're doing the cutting part of this, and you're going to need to cut yourself out. You don't necessarily have to cut right along your body. You can leave a little bit of white showing. That is totally okay. Not a big deal. It might be a little difficult to cut this out since it is so small, but we're going to cut ourselves out, and we don't even need glue. So you can grab your artwork back. Because our paper is still wet, we can place our artwork right on top of the wet paper. When you're done, put it on the drying rack.